California is a favorite punching bag to the American right wing. It's treated like a failed state by many Republicans. It's a cautionary tale. People are fleeing California. You got to be very afraid of California. But the part that MAGA never wants to acknowledge is that if California were its own country, it would be one of the most prosperous economies on this planet. Top 5 global GDP, top 4 now, I believe. World leading tech, agriculture, entertainment, clean energy, massive venture capital inflows, relatively huge number of patents and innovation, wages that on average are just dwarfing those of red states. That's the backdrop for what I'm going to show you. Congressman MAGA Mike Johnson, also the Speaker of the House of Representatives, puts up a tweet attacking California where he says, quote, "The company U-Haul just released its yearly report showing more people are leaving California than any other state for the 6th year in a row. It's easy to see why. California has the highest state income tax in America, 13.3%. And now Democrats like Gavin Newsom are blocking President Trump's working families' tax cuts, denying workers real money back in their pockets. Workers are leaving high taxes behind, and red states are welcoming them with open arms." So in comes Gavin Newsom and says, "Hey, Mike, nice of you to get off your knees to post. Are you sore? Fact, California's population has grown for 3 straight years. Fact, most Californians pay lower overall taxes than workers in Texas or Florida. Fact, our minimum wage, almost $17, is 2 times your mediocre federal $7.25 an hour. We can't wait until you are fired." So let's kind of go through this. People have left California. Some people have left California. That's true. That is not the same thing as California shrinking, failing, or emptying out. Some are rushing to MAGA Mike Johnson's defense and saying, well, California's population barely went up. Lots of people left. But then you also had people from other countries come in. And also Californians had kids, which raised the population. Yeah. Okay, so what? So some people left, some people came in, some people were born. That's how the population fluctuates. It is true that California has a high top marginal state income tax rate of 13.3%. Most Californians don't pay that rate. That's the top rate. And it applies, let me look here, California income tax brackets. The 13.3 is only paid if you earn over 720,000 or potentially even more. Anyway, most Californians are, of course, not paying 13.3%. But the most interesting thing, and we've covered this before, you look at the total tax burden, right? Income taxes, sales taxes, property taxes, fees. Fees is a classic way that a state can say, we don't have taxes, but we have like outrageous vehicle registration fees, for example. Many middle-class Californians are paying less in taxes total than residents of places like Texas and Florida that don't have a state income tax. Texas has no state income tax, but they have very high property tax rates and they have a regressive sales tax. Florida has no income tax, but they rely heavily on sales taxes and fees. And so the fact that there is a high top income tax rate of 13.3 in California, you've got to remember, most people don't earn enough to pay that. And the property taxes and sales taxes and fees in some of these no income tax states make the tax burden higher overall. They love to attack California, but the truth is California's population isn't declining. The economy isn't collapsing. Wages aren't collapsing and investment isn't collapsing. One other thing. I say this sometimes and some of my audience gets mad and I'm going to kind of qualify it here. To a degree, places with higher demand, meaning more people want to live there, cost more. It is true that one of the things that drives up housing prices is competition. If more people want to move to California, that will drive up housing prices, all else being equal. Remember, now it is also true that California and other states have not done enough in terms of building more housing units, which by growing the supply, you can bring down the cost of housing. There are zoning issues. There are all sorts of issues. But it's important to remember that sometimes things are expensive because there is high demand. And there's a reason it's dirt cheap to go to Arkansas. Not a lot of people want to go to Arkansas. There's we have great viewers in Arkansas. There's nice things in Arkansas, so I'm told. I've never been. But there's a reason that Arkansas is cheaper than California. And one of the reasons is it's less interesting as a place. It's less attractive as a place for people to go to because it lacks infrastructure, healthcare quality, education quality, etc. Not the only reason, but it is part of it. Appreciate you watching. Stick around for this next video, and don't forget to hit subscribe so you actually see our uploads. You can also catch the full podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.